One way I make cooking a whole lot easier while on the road is I batch cook. Today, I'm going to be making my spaghetti sauce in my awesome NUWAVE pressure cooker. Coming up on RVstreet. Okay, so the main ingredients I'll be using are 1 large can each of tomato sauce, crushed tomatoes, and diced tomatoes, 2 small cans of tomato paste, 1 pound of ground Italian sausage, diced onions, chopped fresh garlic, 4 bay leaves, assorted other spices, and extra virgin olive oil. So let's get right to it. When I make spaghetti sauce, I make big batches of it so as I can just put it in freezer bags in portion sizes for Martin and I, and pull it out of the freezer whenever we want a meal. It's quick, it's easy. And I start out by putting the pressure cooker on sear, and I toss in my onions and garlic. And with this, I also throw in some ground Italian sausage. And I just get this sausage browned. And this is going to take approximately 5-6 minutes. So I'll just let this cook. So now that I have my sausage all browned up and my onions and garlic cooked down, I'm just simply going to start adding all of the tomato products in here. And that's crushed tomato, this is diced tomato, and this is a tomato sauce. When I was at the house, it used to take me 2 days to make a sauce because I'd start with the whole tomatoes and cook everything down for an entire day, and then the next day was all about seasoning, and I would cook it for about 8 hours and just season it along the way. Basil is one of my absolute favorite spices or herb. Onion powder, salt, garlic, and these are the most awesome little containers for your spices. Martin installed these right beside the stove for me because I was constantly walking back and forth pulling out this is Italian seasoning, pulling out my little container with all of my spices in it. And we've discovered this, and it's actually a magnetic set, and he put it on the wall for me right beside the stove, and now basically all I do is just reach up and voila, they're there. So this is olive oil I just put in there because that sausage was not overly oily at all, greasy, whatever you want to call it. So from here you just give it a stir, get all that tomato paste all stirred in there and broken up. And typically I would add some red wine to this, but I drank it all last night. So, no red wine. And from here, I just simply close the lid. I've closed the lid, and I just do this for 15 minutes. Okay, so the sauce has been cooking in this pressure cooker for the last 15 minutes. It's done. And there's a couple reasons why I'm actually doing this outside. Is because one, it's finally stopped raining and it's a beautiful day, so I get the opportunity to be outside. But the bigger reason that I do that is because this is a pressure cooker, and when you release the steam, you do not want all of that steam going all over the place in the motorhome. So the way that you can release the steam, because you have to do this first before you ever open the pressure cooker, is it kind of freaks me out a little bit, so I just use this. And as all that steam is releasing, we do not want that in the motorhome. So now that I have this open, I am going to add some Parmesan cheese to this. And I dump, just about 3/4 of this jar in there and give it a stir. And this is really, really similar to what would take me 2 days to make at the house. So once you get this thoroughly stirred through, I am going to just let this cool, and then I'm going to show you how I bag it and get it ready for the freezer. So now that I have my spaghetti sauce all cooled off, I'm going to show you how I prepare it for the freezer. And I start out just taking a bag, depending on your size family, what size you need. This is perfect for Martin and I for a meal. And I just take it and I snug it right into this cup. And as it works out, this cup is the perfect size to go around here. Try to avoid getting anything on the zipper part of it itself. And for Martin and I, just 2 scoops. Works out great for us. Pull it out of the cup. And lay it down, holding up the zipper part of it, and just push their air out of it. Just tapping it lightly, pushing the air out of it, and then seal it. And then it's nice and flat, so you can stack them all on top of each other in the freezer. And next, I take foil. And the reason that I do this foil is because I did it without foil one time, and when I had them in the freezer, they all totally stuck together, stuck to the bottom of the freezer. It was a horrible mess. Martin wasn't happy because he's the freezer director. He takes care of the refrigerator and putting things away. So I just do this just to keep it from sticking. I flip it over, and then I just write SS on it for spaghetti sauce. Boop, boop, smiley face, and that's it. So the sauce that I cooked up, it actually produced 7 meals for us. 6 of them here that we're going to put in the freezer, and 1 of them we're going to have tonight. So whenever I don't feel like cooking, I pull one of these out of the freezer, put it in a microwave safe dish, pop it in the microwave till it's nice and hot, cook up my pasta, grab some bread, some olive oil and spices, and I'm done. Dinner's done in 15 minutes.